Hello, my name's Vicky Stromee. I think of myself as a lens-based artist, using photography as the starting medium for creating visual meditations. I'm a seeker, a traveler, an adventurer with a curiosity for the unknown. Throughout my life, I've pondered the same questions. What is eternal in the midst of impermanence? What is the nature of transformation? What are the patterns that connect us? From my earliest memories, I felt more at home in the world of dreams, imagination, and animals than of people. I was immersed in the arts from an early age, surrounded by dancers, painters, philosophers, and theologians. Our home was filled with the prints of Dali, Kandinsky, and Rouault. My father, in addition to being a minister, was an amateur photographer, and my mother a portrait painter and pianist. I spent much of my free time in museums, symphony halls, and theaters. The stained glass windows of my father's church filled me with awe. I learned about light and color and the tricks used to bring dimensionality to a flat surface. One of the walls of my mother's paint studio was lined with cut glass cabinet doors. The light would stream in, refracting off the edges and filling my eyes with the colors of the rainbow. I've set up numerous experiments with prisms to capture that magic, and those images are often at the base of what I do. I layer images together, creating interference patterns that bend the light into shapes and patterns. In creating my art, I never know what the outcome will be. I can't really predict how the colors and patterns will interact. At first, I would write down every step of the process and take a screen grab to remember the settings. But eventually I surrendered to the unpredictable nature of the outcome. I found it more interesting to just follow an intuitive process until I reached an image that felt resolved. I find this way of working reflective of my internal process. I'm most at home when I can follow an intuitive thread. My dreams have always been filled with labyrinths and complex pathways, narrow passages to be negotiated, riddles to be solved, mazes to be traversed. Sometimes flying among structures, sometimes maneuvering through small openings, my dreams are filled with a sense of awe when passageways open up to unexpected spaces. I look to recreate that felt sense in my art. I love to travel, and one of my favorite destinations is India. I love being immersed in a place that I don't understand and can't really comprehend. All of my senses are awakened. I surrender to the magic and the mystery of that place. I've always felt a kinship with Buddhist thought and the concept of non-duality. The belief that there's only one reality that is the summation of all experience, that there is no separation between subject and object, inner self and outer experience, self and other. We are drops in the ocean, interconnected manifestations of spirit. I find that when I'm engaged in the act of creation, no longer focused on trying to create, but simply being a conduit, time disappears. I'm following an intuitive process, listening for what comes next. The external chatter recedes. I feel connected to a deeper flow. Touching into these moments provides a respite and allows me to re-engage in the world with all its seemingly unresolvable conundrums. I make art as much for myself as for others. Creating visual meditations is an end in and of itself. And now I wonder where my curiosity will lead next.